Welcome to Reporter 247 channel. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko has announced that his country has begun receiving deliveries of Russian tactical nuclear weapons. According to Lukashenko, some of these weapons are 3 times more powerful than the atomic bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki during World War II. This deployment marks the first time that Moscow has positioned such warheads outside of Russia since the collapse of the Soviet Union. Lukashenko made these statements during an interview with the Rossiya 1 Russian state TV channel, which was later posted on the Belarusian Belta state news agency's Telegram channel. He revealed that Belarus had received missiles and bombs from Russia, emphasizing their immense power. The interview took place in a forest clearing, with military vehicles and a military storage facility visible in the background. Russian President Vladimir Putin had previously announced plans to deploy tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus. He stated that Russia would retain control over these weapons and would commence deployment once appropriate storage facilities were prepared. Putin cited the long-standing deployment of such weapons by the United States and numerous European countries as a rationale for Russia's decision. While the United States has criticized Putin's move, it has affirmed that it has no intention of altering its own stance on strategic nuclear weapons. The U.S. has not observed any indications that Russia is preparing to use a nuclear weapon. However, the deployment of Russian tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus is being closely monitored by the U.S., its allies, and China, which has repeatedly cautioned against the use of nuclear weapons in the conflict in Ukraine. Lukashenko, a staunch ally of Putin, stated in the interview that Belarus possesses several Soviet-era nuclear storage facilities, some of which have been restored. He downplayed concerns about Russian control over the weapons, asserting that he and Putin could communicate at any time if the need for their use arose. Lukashenko also mentioned the possibility of hosting longer-range missiles if necessary. The Belarusian president justified the deployment of nuclear weapons as a deterrent against potential aggressors, given Belarus borders with 3 NATO member countries: Lithuania, Latvia, and Poland. Lukashenko, who has allowed Russian forces to use Belarusian territory in the conflict with Ukraine, claimed that the nuclear weapons would protect his country. He accused the West of attempting to overthrow his regime following the mass protests that erupted in 2020 after an election that the opposition alleged was fraudulent. Lukashenko maintained that he had won the election fairly while suppressing his opponents through a widespread crackdown. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with the latest news. Goodbye.